I'm Caitlin Bodewitz and I'm a visual artist currently based out of Edmonton, Alberta. So I'm originally from a mountain in northern BC. It's called Powder King. It's in the Pine Pass. We've got mountains behind us and trees in front of us and a big beautiful lake there. It was just the big backyard experience. Yeah, our toys were the wilderness. So we would go biking, we would go climbing, we'd go snowboarding, we would go skiing. I loved it because at a very early age, imagination it was more of a necessity. Like, we had to get creative to have fun, and I loved that. I loved getting outside and getting dirty and getting our hands on stuff. I started using creativity and my imagination as a way of processing ideas and concepts and feelings. But when I got introduced to printmaking, I thought once again that it was super specific, very specialized, which it is in an art form, but I fell in love with how diverse the aesthetic of the medium could be. So you could get sketch-like marks, you could get painterly marks, you could get very graphic design, you could get photographic images through all the different ways of printmaking, whether it's silk screening, lithography, etching. So I had kind of been playing in all these different aesthetics with different art forms, and then printmaking, I found that you could explore all these different ways of me making marks, but it coming through a printmaking process. So I loved how diverse the aesthetic was. You almost work backwards, so you see the finished piece in your brain, and then you have to figure out how to break that image down into separate layers and colors to build your image back up. My art form is a way of processing and communicating my ideas and my concepts. I deal with a lot of natural imagery. In some pieces I address contemporary Aboriginal issues, all coming back to the land. Those are all really important ideas to me. One of the reasons why I just love to do my art is that if I have the opportunity to put something beautiful back into the world, then what better reason than to do that? And once again, my most recent work deals with those natural landforms and those geometric shapes, and it's mainly just about balance. It's about the two different forms are to complement each other. They're not supposed to take away from each other. And I mean, the balance is anywhere from spiritual and physical, anything from balancing your 9 to 5 to getting outdoors. It's just this kind of mental space to make the two systems work together, because I don't think they need to compete, especially for a mountain girl living in a big city. I don't think running away to the mountains is an answer. I think you need to find a balance so you can enjoy each of those spaces equally. So visually, I'm just exploring that space of balance. So I also do a process with photo transfers where I'm manually lifting ink from paper, putting it onto wood, taking the paper away, and then silk screening it afterwards. And I also love to draw. That's what I started with doing. So some of my bigger pieces, I'm drawing huge, large-scale mountain landscapes or moose or woodland creatures, and then I silk screen after. So the drawings are taking anywhere from 20 to 50 hours, pretty labor-intensive. And then it's terrifying because I spent all this time on this drawing and now I've got one shot to silk screen it. So it's like, yeah, it's a little bit crazy, but I like the unpredictability of my one-of-a-kinds. My larger work are all one-of-a-kinds, and it's just I've got one shot to make it right, and let's see if I can do it. My goal is to simply have my art in as many homes as possible. I just want to give that to as many people as I can. That's a gift I love to share. But yeah, truly the community in Alberta and BC have backed me, and I'm so grateful for that. I'm loving my success, and I'm very grateful, and I'm going to continue working very hard. And, you know, I'm getting my art to as many people as I can, and that's great. I don't necessarily have a CV full of gallery exhibitions all over the world, but I'm doing what I'm doing by myself and getting it out there, and I think I'm really proud of myself for that. And my authenticity comes from being outdoors and being in these environments and being surrounded by my community of people, my friends and my family, and touching base with old professors, and also meeting new people and gaining new knowledge. I think living is learning, and if you stop learning, then what's next? my roots are here for the time being, and that doesn't mean that they can't move or change, but I'm so grateful for my people and my community. And yeah, I mean, our big backyard is exactly what inspires me. Lots of my images are local Albertan and BC mountains, and that's what I draw from, so what better place than to be here? Home is here.